Introduction of the couple. Interior coffee shop. Early evening. The warm glow of amber light spills over polished wooden tables. Laughter buzzes faintly in the background. At a corner table by the window, Adil, 32, sincere eyes and a calm demeanor, sits across from Naila, 29, elegant, soft-spoken, and almost too composed, like someone who's mastered hiding her thoughts behind a gentle smile. Adil reaches across the table, brushing a strand of hair from her face. Adil, you've been quiet today. Everything all right? Naila smiles softly, her fingers circling the rim of her coffee cup. Naila, just tired, I guess. Long day. He studies her for a moment, not fully convinced, but not wanting to press either. She always had a way of slipping away in silence, yet something about her made it feel poetic rather than distant. Adil, you know you can tell me anything, right? She looks up, her gaze steady, too steady, and nods. Naila, I know. Their relationship, to outsiders, looked perfect. Adil, a civil engineer, dependable and grounded. Naila, a creative writing instructor, mysterious and passionate. They met at a book fair 7 months ago, their connection instant, like two puzzle pieces long separated. They spent weekends exploring hidden cafes, long nights reading to each other under soft lamplight, and shared quiet mornings filled with contentment. Adil's friends envied how in sync they were. Naila's friends barely knew him. She always kept that side of her life distant. Adil didn't mind. He believed some people loved quietly. But in quiet moments like this, something tugged at him, a weight behind her smile, a truth just out of reach. Adil, remember that time in Murray when we got caught in the rain and you made us dance in the street? She chuckles, eyes brightening at the memory. Naila, and you said it was the first time you'd ever danced in public. I still can't believe I got you to do that. He laughs. Adil, I'd do anything for you. You know that, right? A flicker crosses her face. Guilt? Pain? It vanishes too quickly to be sure. Naila, I know, Adil, and that means more than you realize. She reaches for his hand. He takes it, unaware of the storm she's hiding. A truth she's buried deep, one she fears will shatter everything he believes about her. But for now, in this quiet corner of the world, they pretend. They smile. They hold on. Because love, even the kind built on fragments and silence, still feels real until the truth arrives. Hints of secrets. Interior, Adil's apartment, night. The clock ticks quietly in the background. Adil sits on the couch, laptop open but untouched. His eyes keep drifting to the bedroom door, half closed. From inside, the soft rustling of Naila's movements can be heard. She's been different lately. Not cold, just elsewhere. Int. Bedroom, continuous. Naila stands before the mirror, her reflection staring back blankly. She adjusts her scarf, then lets it fall. Tries a smile. Fails. She's been distant and she knows he feels it. A DIL-OS. You're not sleeping again, are you? Startled, she turns. Adil stands in the doorway, arms crossed, concern etched into his face. Naila. Just a bit restless. Adil. That's the third night this week. She walks past him toward the kitchen. Naila. I've always had trouble sleeping when I'm stressed. He follows, watching her move almost robotically as she boils water for tea. Adil. What's on your mind? She doesn't answer right away. Her fingers tremble slightly as she sets the cups on the counter. Naila. Work stuff. Deadlines. You know how it is. He walks closer, gently placing a hand on her shoulder. Adil. No, I don't think it's work. Naila, talk to me. She stiffens under his touch. Turns away. Naila. I just need space, Adil. Please. That word again. Space. The same word she'd used a week ago when she skipped their weekend trip. The same word that hovered between them every time he reached for her and she pulled away. He nods slowly, stepping back. Adil. Okay. But I hope you know I'm here, even when you don't want to talk. She offers a faint smile, but her eyes betray her. They're filled with something unreadable. Guilt, maybe, or fear. Inti. Adil's bedroom. Later that night, Adil lies awake, staring at the ceiling. Nayla sleeps beside him, but it's the kind of sleep that feels performative. Her breathing too even, her back too rigid. He remembers how she used to curl up against him, how she'd talk in her sleep. Silly dreams, random thoughts. Lately she's been silent. Still. Guarded. His phone buzzes. Text message from Saif, his best friend. "You okay? You seemed off today." Adil types, "I think she's hiding something." He doesn't send it. Instead, he deletes the draft, puts the phone down, and turns toward her, watching her sleep. She's right here, and yet she feels miles away. Emotional bonding through flashbacks that show how Adil and Nayla fell deeply in love. Inti. Nayla's apartment. Night. Present. Rain taps softly on the windows. Nayla stands alone, a mug of tea in her hands, staring into the dark outside. Her reflection in the glass is distant, almost haunted. Her eyes close, and memories flood in. Flashback, XT, book fair, day, 7 months ago. A lively crowd bustles through rows of books. Nayla browses titles absent-mindedly when a book falls from a nearby shelf. She reaches down to pick it up. So does someone else. Adil. "Oh, sorry." Nayla. "You take it." Their hands brush. A brief silence. They both laugh awkwardly. Adil. "You a fan of poetry?" Nayla. "Only the kind that feels like it was written for someone who doesn't want to be understood." That intrigues him. He smiles, eyes not leaving hers. Flashback. Int, library, night. They sit across from each other at a dimly lit corner table. Nayla reads a passage from Faiz, her voice soft and full of emotion. Nayla. "And in your sorrow, I saw a mirror, a place where even silence had its voice." Adil watches her, not the book, not the words, but her, like she's the only sound in a world gone quiet. Adil. "You bring the words to life, like you've lived them." She shrugs, glancing away. Nayla. "Maybe I have." Flashback, XT, hilltop, sunset. Adil and Nayla stand overlooking a small valley. Wind tousles her hair. He takes her photo candidly. Adil. "You always look the most beautiful when you're not trying." She turns, mock scolding. Nayla. "And when I am trying?" Adil. "Then you're impossible not to love." She pauses, breath catching, words she hasn't heard in years. She doesn't respond. Instead, she leans into him, head resting on his shoulder. Flashback. Int. Hospital room. Night. Adil sits beside Nayla's hospital bed, holding her hand as she sleeps. Her face is pale, her breathing shallow. He reads softly from a worn book. Adil. "Even the moon some nights looks for a reason to rise." She stirs, opens her eyes. Weak smile. Nayla. "You stayed. Adil, always." Back to present. Int. Nayla's apartment. Nayla opens her eyes. The mug in her hands has gone cold. Those moments were real, the laughter, the softness, the safety, but so is the truth she's hiding, and she knows the love they built, as strong as it felt, may not survive what she has yet to say. The woman's inner conflict, capturing Nayla's emotional struggle with her secret. And T. Nayla's bedroom. Late night. The apartment is silent. Only the faint hum of the city can be heard beyond the window. Nayla sits on the edge of her bed, wrapped in a shawl, staring at her phone's lock screen. A photo of her and Adil, laughing on a bench, mid-conversation, full of life. She locks the phone and sets it down with trembling hands. In T. Bathroom. Moments later. Nayla looks at herself in the mirror. Her eyes are rimmed with exhaustion. She leans closer, as if searching her own face for courage. Nayla, to herself, "You promised. No more lies." Her reflection stares back, accusing. She turns away abruptly. Int living room, flashback, 6 months ago. Nayla receives a letter in the mail. She opens it slowly, her expression shifting from confusion to dread. A name, a date, a past she thought she'd buried. Doctor's voice, VO. We've confirmed the results. It's manageable, but long-term care will be important. You must tell your partner eventually. Transparency is key. Back to present, in tea, living room. Nayla opens a drawer, pulling out the same letter, now creased and worn. Her fingers trace the edges. She rereads it for the 100th time. It's not just about illness. It's about the weight of everything she's never said. The years before she met Adil, the person she used to be, the consequences that never quite left her alone. Intan, cafe, flashback, 2 years ago. Nayla sits across from a man, older, intense. He slides a photo across the table. Man. You think you can just run from this? Secrets don't die just because you ignore them. She stares at the photo in horror. Back to present. Int. Nayla's bedroom. Nayla clutches the letter to her chest. Her breathing becomes erratic. Nayla, whispering, he deserves to know, but if I tell him, I lose him. She walks to her window, staring out at the street below. She sees a couple walking hand in hand, laughing under an umbrella. It's so simple for them, so free. For her, love has never come without shadows. Her phone buzzes. Text from Adil. Just wanted to say I love you. That's all. Good night. Tears roll down her cheeks. Nayla, softly. You have no idea what you're loving. She types and deletes a dozen replies. Finally, she types, I need to talk to you. Tomorrow? She stares at it, hesitating, then deletes it. Instead, she puts the phone down and lies on the bed, eyes wide open, suffocating under the weight of silence. Moments of suspicion, where Adil begins to piece things together and confronts Nayla, but she skillfully deflects. Int. Adil's apartment, evening. The sky outside is overcast, matching the quiet tension in the living room. Adil stands by the bookshelf, thumbing through one of Nayla's journals, not to invade her privacy, but because it had fallen open while he was cleaning. What caught his attention wasn't the writing. It was the torn-out pages. 3, maybe 4, ripped clean from the middle. He frowns. It doesn't feel like a mistake. Int. Kitchen. Continuous. Nayla hums softly as she stirs lentils on the stove. She's cooking his favorite, dal with garlic oil, something she does when she's trying to make up for distance. Adil walks in, journal in hand. Adil, did you throw away some pages from this? She pauses, just for a beat, then smiles without turning. Nayla, old drafts. They didn't feel right. He watches her carefully. Adil, you always keep old drafts. You said even your worst writing tells a truth you weren't ready to face yet. She chuckles lightly. Nayla, look at you, quoting me. I must really be rubbing off on you. Adil, Nayla, is there something you're not telling me? This time she turns. Her smile fades slightly, replaced with guarded eyes. Nayla, why would you say that? Adil, you're distracted. You flinch when I ask how you're doing. Last week you said you had a work seminar. I called the campus. They said there wasn't one. And now, this. He holds up the journal. Nayla, quietly, you called my campus? Adil, I was worried. You weren't answering and I... Beat. Nayla, talk to me. If something's wrong, let me help. A long silence hangs between them. Nayla looks down, the wooden spoon now still in her hand. Nayla, I'm just going through a lot. Things I haven't dealt with before. Adil, is it something about your past? She freezes again, barely noticeable, but Adil catches it. Adil, gently. Or someone? She forces a small smile. Nayla, no one you need to worry about, I promise. She turns off the stove and walks past him, brushing his arm lightly. Nayla, softly, let's not do this tonight, okay? Adil watches her disappear into the living room, heart heavy. She's always been guarded. It was part of her charm, her mystique. But now it doesn't feel poetic. It feels like distance. Int. Adil's bedroom. Night. Adil sits alone on the edge of the bed, staring at the torn journal. He doesn't want to doubt her, but something is slipping, and he can feel it. The breaking point, where Nayla decides it's time to finally tell Adil the truth, fully aware it could destroy everything. Int. Nayla's apartment, early morning. The city is still wrapped in silence, bathed in soft pre-dawn light. Nayla sits on the floor by her bed, her back resting against the wall, a box in her lap. It's old, taped at the corners fraying like memories she tried to forget. She opens it slowly. Inside are photos, hospital documents, and one folded letter with a man's name scrawled on it. Her hands hesitate before picking up the letter. Nayla, V.O. They say secrets protect people, but what they don't tell you is they also rot everything they touch. She unfolds the letter, reads it again. Stage 2? Treatable, but it may return. Full disclosure to close partners recommended. Her fingers tremble. She closes her eyes. Flashback, int, clinic office, 9 months ago. Nayla sits stiffly in a chair as the doctor explains the diagnosis. She nods numbly, not asking questions, not processing. Her world narrows to the word chronic, Dr. O.S. This isn't something to be ashamed of, Nayla, but it is something that deserves honesty, especially in love. Back to present, int. Nayla's bedroom. She presses the letter to her chest, exhaling shakily. Nayla whispers, "He has the right to know, even if it ends us." She stands and walks to the mirror. Her reflection looks hollow, tired but resolute. She picks up her phone and types a message to Adil. "Can we meet today? I need to tell you something important." She hovers over the send button. Her thumb shakes. Then, finally, she taps it. Message sent. There's no going back now. Int. The bathroom. Moments later, Nayla turns on the tap and splashes cold water on her face. She stares at herself in the mirror. Nayla, to herself. If he loves you, he'll understand. A beat. Nayla, softer. And if he doesn't, at least you'll stop lying to someone who gave you nothing but truth. Int. Kitchen. Shortly after, she makes tea with methodical calm, measuring leaves, warming the cup, steeping it just right. A small ritual of control in the chaos of her mind. Her phone buzzes. Text from Adil. Of course, just say where and when. She stares at the screen, heart pounding. Her fingers hover, then type, "Your place, 6 p.m." She places the phone down, her breath heavy. Today everything changes. The masks, the silence, all of it ends. And in that ending, she knows, maybe the death of something beautiful. The truth is revealed, where Nayla finally confesses the secret that changes everything. Adil's apartment. Evening. The sky outside is streaked with red and gray, a storm quietly brewing on the horizon. Inside, the apartment is dim, lit only by the soft glow of a table lamp. Adil stands in the kitchen, 2 mugs of chai in hand. He walks into the living room, where Nayla sits stiffly on the edge of the couch. Her posture is perfect, hands clasped, knuckles white. He sets the tea down in front of her. Adil, you're scaring me with how quiet you are. Nayla looks up at him, eyes rimmed with exhaustion but clear now, certain. Nayla, I didn't come here to be forgiven, Adil. He slowly sits across from her. Adil, okay? Nayla, I came because you deserve the truth, all of it. Adil doesn't speak. He nods once, his expression calm, but his body leans forward, tense. Nayla takes a breath, deeper than usual. Her fingers grip the fabric of her dress. Nayla, softly, before I met you, I lived another life. A different city, a different name. Adil blinks, unsure he heard her correctly. Adil, what do you mean? Nayla, my real name is not Nayla. She lets the silence sit between them, lets it hit him, then continues. Nayla, 3 years ago I was involved with someone dangerous, controlling. I tried to leave, and it didn't go quietly. There was police, a case. I testified. I had to disappear. Adil's face pales. His voice is low, guarded. Adil, you're saying you were in witness protection? Nayla, not officially, but close. I changed everything. My name, my job, my story. I came here to survive, not to fall in love. She looks at him, a kind of pleading in her voice now. Nayla, and then you happened, and for a while, I forgot who I was before, or maybe I just wanted to. Adil leans back, his breath caught in his throat. Adil. So everything, he gestures around them, was a lie? Nayla number. The way I feel about you has never been a lie, but who I told you I was, yes, that was built on fear. He looks away, jaw tightening. He picks up his tea, then sets it down again, untouched. Adil. And the illness? She nods. Nayla. A complication, long-term damage from what I went through. I didn't want to tell you because I thought it would make me unlovable. Adil rubs his hands over his face, trying to process. Adil, you should have told me. Nayla, I know. Silence again. Heavy. Honest. Nayla, softly. I'm not asking you to stay. I just couldn't keep lying to the only person who ever made me feel safe. Adil's eyes finally meet hers, wounded, confused, but still searching. His reaction, where Adil is overwhelmed by the revelation and struggles to process the truth. In Adil's apartment, night. The silence between them is thick, suffocating. Adil sits frozen, his hands on his knees, staring at the floor. His mind races, but it's as if the words are moving too fast for him to catch. Nayla watches him, her heart sinking with every second that passes without a response. She opens her mouth to speak, but no sound comes out. She's afraid of what will happen if she says too much. Adil whispers, Why? Why didn't you tell me? Nayla's throat tightens. She opens her mouth, but the words feel like they're made of lead, too heavy to say. Nayla, I thought I could protect you from it, from everything. Adil's chest heaves as if he's holding his breath. He finally looks up at her, eyes wide with disbelief. Then, something shifts. Something cracks deep inside him. Adil, so none of it was real? The woman I loved, the life we built together, you, none of it was real? The words hit her like a slap. He stands abruptly, his chair scraping across the floor. He paces, unable to stay still, his breath shallow, ragged. Adil snarls. You could have told me any time. We could have figured it out together. But you lied. You lied to me, Nayla, for months. His voice trembles, the fury and heartbreak mixing together like oil and water. She tries to speak, but he cuts her off, not allowing her to explain. Adil. I trusted you. I loved you. And now I find out you've been hiding your whole life from me? Do you even understand what that means? Tears well in his eyes, but they're quickly wiped away as anger takes over. Nayla, quietly. I never wanted to hurt you. Adil stops pacing. He stands still, his hands at his sides, his eyes narrowed. He stares at her, but it's like he's seeing a stranger. Adil. You should have trusted me. You should have trusted me enough to tell me the truth. Nayla steps forward, trembling, reaching out like she's trying to bridge the gap between them, but he pulls away, shaking his head. Adil. What am I supposed to do with this, Nayla? How am I supposed to look at you now? How can I ever trust anything you've said? He looks at the ground, struggling to steady his breath. His body shakes with emotion. It's too much. The betrayal. The deception, the person he thought he knew, who is now nothing more than a collection of lies. Adil, softly. I don't even know who you are anymore. Nayla's chest aches with the weight of his words. It's worse than anything she imagined. Worse than the fear of losing him. Worse than the pain she thought she'd already endured. Nayla, softly. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But the apology feels meaningless in the face of his devastation. Adil doesn't respond. He takes a step back, running his hand through his hair, his eyes glassy. He stares at her, but there's no warmth in his gaze anymore, only raw, unfiltered pain. The silence stretches on, a painful gap between them that neither can bridge. He feels it in every breath, the loss, the grief, the overwhelming sense of betrayal. And in the end, he just shakes his head again, as if the weight of it all is too much to bear. Adil, quietly. I need to be alone. Without waiting for her response, he walks toward the door, each step heavier than the last. Nayla stands still, watching him go, knowing that she might have just lost everything that ever mattered. Tragic consequence where Adil's heart gives out, leading to a dramatic and tragic event. In T. Adil's apartment, night. The apartment is still, too still. The door, which Adil had slammed earlier, remains ajar. The hum of the city outside seems distant, like it belongs to someone else's world. Inside, everything feels frozen in time. Nayla stands by the window, her eyes staring into the darkness, hands trembling. She's waiting for him to come back, but every minute that passes feels like an eternity. Flashback, int. Adil's apartment. Earlier that day. The laughter, the lightness, the warmth of being together, the moments that now feel like they belong to another lifetime. Adil was her safe place, the one constant in a world that had always been defined by chaos. And now, she'd shattered it all. Back to present, int. Adil's apartment. Nayla takes a shaky breath, rubbing her eyes. She can't shake the image of Adil's face when he left, the betrayal, the heartbreak, the rawness of it all. XT, City Street, night. Adil walks briskly, head down, hands shoved deep into his pockets. He's trying to outrun the crushing pain in his chest, the shock that hasn't yet fully settled in his mind. But it's getting harder to breathe. His steps falter, his vision blurs. He stops, leaning against a street lamp to steady himself, his hand clutching at his chest. Adil, whispering, "No, no, no." His heart races. Panic sets in. He tries to take a deep breath, but it's like there's no air left in his lungs. His knees buckle, and he collapses onto the pavement. The world tilts, the sounds of the city muffling. Int. Adil's apartment. Same time. Nayla picks up her phone, her fingers hovering over the screen. She has to call him. She has to fix this, before it's too late. But then her phone rings. The caller ID shows a private number. Nayla, anxious. Adil? Voice, on the other end. Is this Nayla Malik? Her breath catches in her throat. Something's wrong. Voice, conted. This is Officer Reeve. I'm afraid I have bad news. We found a man. He collapsed on the sidewalk. We believe his name is Adil Mirza. Her world spins. The phone slips from her hand and clatters to the floor. Nayla whispers, "No, no, this can't be happening." She grabs her coat and runs out the door, panic clawing at her chest. EXT. Street. Night. Nayla runs through the streets, the city blurring around her, her breath ragged, heart pounding in her ears. She's not thinking. She's just moving, every fiber of her being screaming to reach him, to fix what she's broken. But when she arrives at the spot, she freezes. Adil is lying on the cold ground, surrounded by paramedics, his face pale, his body still. His chest rises and falls, but it's slow, too slow. One of the paramedics looks up at her, shaking his head gently. Nayla drops to her knees beside him, her hands trembling as she brushes the hair from his forehead. Nayla, choking on her tears. Adil, please don't do this. The world blurs, time slows, and in that moment, everything she's done, everything she's hidden, crashes down on her. Voice, paramedic. We're doing everything we can, but he's in critical condition. Nayla doesn't hear the words. She's lost, drowning in the consequences of her choices. As the paramedics rush to stabilize him, Nayla whispers, broken and desperate, Nayla, softly. I never wanted this. I never wanted to lose you. The sirens wail in the distance, growing louder as they carry him away, but inside it's already too late. Aftermath, where Nayla is left with overwhelming guilt, grief, and the haunting silence after the tragic event, questioning whether truth really does set us free. Int. Hospital room. Day. The sterile light of the hospital room feels suffocating, but Nayla can barely breathe at all. She sits in the corner, her knees pulled to her chest, staring blankly at the floor. The rhythmic beep of the heart monitor is the only sound in the room, but it's a noise that's become unbearable. Adil is lying in the bed, unconscious. His face is pale, the bruises of his fall still visible under the harsh lights. His chest rises and falls slowly, too slowly. A constant reminder that her words, her truth, had pushed him to this point. Nayla, VO. I thought the truth would make everything better. I thought honesty was the path to freedom, but now all I have is this emptiness, and him, and the question, was the truth worth it? The door opens softly, and a nurse enters, checking the monitor and adjusting the IV line. She glances at Nayla, but says nothing, the silence hanging thick between them. Nurse. He's stable for now, but the next 48 hours are crucial. Nayla nods without meeting her eyes. She hasn't moved in hours, hasn't eaten or slept. She's lost in the void of her own mind, replaying the events over and over, asking herself the same question. Nayla, VO. Did I destroy us? Or did I just reveal what was already broken? The nurse leaves, and once again, Nayla is alone with her thoughts and the man who now lies in a hospital bed, fighting for his life. Int. Hospital hallway. Later. Nayla paces the empty hallway, her steps echoing in the sterile space. Her hands are clenched into fists, her nails digging into her palms. She can feel the weight of guilt pressing down on her chest, suffocating her. She stops at a window and looks out over the city, but her gaze doesn't focus. All she can think about is the look on Adil's face when he left, the broken trust, the pain in his eyes. She never imagined it would come to this, never imagined that the truth would break him. Nayla, VO. I never thought it would hurt this much. I thought he'd understand. I thought he'd forgive me. But now, he might never forgive me. And I might never forgive myself. She closes her eyes, pressing her forehead against the cold glass. Nayla, I never wanted to lose you, Adil. A tear slips down her cheek, unnoticed. Int. Hospital room. Night. Back in the room, Nayla sits beside his bed, her hand resting lightly on his. His fingers are cold, unresponsive. She traces the lines of his hand with her thumb, as if trying to hold on to him through the silence. Nayla, whispers, I've ruined everything, haven't I? She takes a deep breath, her voice trembling. Nayla, VO. I told him the truth, but now I wonder, maybe the truth isn't always what we need. Sometimes maybe it's better to keep secrets, to protect the people we love. She looks at his face, peaceful now, but with the shadow of pain still lingering. Nayla, can you ever forgive me? Or is the damage too much? She leans forward, her forehead resting against his hand. Nayla, softly, I wish I could take it all back. I wish I could unbreak us. The soft beep of the monitor is the only sound again, and for a moment, it feels like the whole world has quieted, leaving her alone with her guilt. Nayla, VO. They say truth sets us free, but what if the truth is the one thing that destroys us? What if the truth is the lie we've been living all along? She stays there, silent, the weight of the world pressing down on her, and for the first time she wonders if the price of truth is too high to pay.